Hello everyone, I am Deepak Niyal. In previous video we talked about week 0 problem, that is setup of Git and GitHub. One thing that you might face issues in, whether you have to do that setup in Windows, Linux, Mac or any other operating system. So I will suggest you to do simple command installation in the Linux and Mac. Just you can do sudo apt-get install git and you will be done, right? But in the Windows there you might face some difficulties, or if you are not able to use command line in the Windows, you can just try to install git bash, and using git bash you can do all the things that others are doing in Linux or Mac, right? So I think that will solve your problem. Still, if you face any issues, you can ask your queries and I will respond them. Now coming to week 1, we basically divided our problems or lab statements into different weeks, and one week contained 3 problems. So what you have to do, you have to solve these problems, write your codes and push those code into GitHub in a folder named week 1. For week 2 you have to create a folder week 2. Clear? So you can see input output format for problem 1, 2, 3 is same and is given at the end of this exercise. So for every problem you have input format and output format. For this problem I will tell you what is the input format and what is the output format. So you can see this problem is similar to week 0 problem. There I did not tell you about format, what is the input format and what is the output format, but now you can see we have an array of non-negative integers. And where is that array? This is the array. These 3 are arrays. And why 3? Because we have a test case here, and in this test case, or we can say we have multiple test cases here. And how do we know that how many test cases we have? This first number is telling us that we have 3 test cases, right? And each test case we have basically 3 lines, these 3 lines, these 3 lines and these 3 lines. So we have an array of non-negative integer. We need to design a linear algorithm and implement it using a program to find whether given key element is present in the array or not. Also find total number of comparison for each input case in the time complexity of big O n. So basically we have 3 test cases and each test case has 3 lines. This first line is telling us the number of elements in that particular array. So it is 8 here, so we have 8 numbers, and in these 8 numbers we have to find a number which is given in another line, that is 89. Similarly, we have 5 numbers, these are 5 numbers, we have to find out 244, which is this. Then in another test case we have 6 elements, these are 6 elements, and we have to find out 63 here. So if you look at this problem carefully, you can find out that 89 is present here, 244 is present here, but 63 is not present here, and that's why we have output like this: present, present, not present. So basically 2 elements are present in these 2 arrays, but third element is not present. And another number that you see here is number of comparisons. And how we are getting that? These are 8 numbers, we have to find out 89. So one comparison here with 34, element is not found, second, third, fourth, fifth and 6. So basically we are doing 6 comparison, and here is the 6 output. Clear? For the second problem you can see first comparison, second and third, and in third comparison we have found this element. But for the last problem we have these 6 numbers and we are not able to find out this 63 in these 6 numbers. So basically we have made 6 comparisons, but element is not found here, right? So you have to implement this algorithm. Now coming to second problem, given an already sorted array of positive integers. So here you have to keep this thing in mind, that in the first problem we never talked about sorted array, and in second problem we are talking about sorted array. So now this array or this array or this array is not going to work for this problem, right? For this problem you need sorted array of positive integers. You have to design an algorithm and implement it using a program to find out whether given key element is present in the array or not, and then find out total number of comparison for each input case. But here the time complexity should be big O n log n, where n is the size of input. So now you can see here we have n, here we have n log n. I think there is some issue in this problem. We have been given that array is sorted, so it should not be n log n, it should be log n only, because n log n is the complexity to sort the array, right? And if you want to find out element using this kind of algorithm, then you will have log n only. So n log n plus log n will be n log n. You will learn about these things when we learn about time complexity. But basically let's talk about these two problems. This is linear search and this is binary search. So what do we in linear search? We basically start searching from here like this, and we keep on searching the element till element is not found. But in case of binary search, if we have 10 elements, we basically start in the middle. If the element we are going to search is smaller than this number, we will look in the left side. If element is greater, we will look on the right side, right? So basically it's not going to work for this, but let's scroll and go to third problem. So I hope you are clear about these problems. We will discuss about algorithms of these problem in next week's lecture, but right now you have to try to solve on all these problems on your own. Now coming to third problem, given an array of sorted array, already sorted array of positive integers, design an algorithm and implement it using program to find whether a given key element is present in the sorted array or not. So basically we are again talking about searching an element in the array. In the first problem we talked about linear search, in the second one we talked about binary search, and now we are trying to use another algorithm, that is jump search. So how jump search behaves? What is jump search? We are basically searching the index 0 first, then second index, then 4, then 8 and so on. So we are writing 2 to the power k here. So once 0 has been crossed, then 2 to the power 1, 2 to the power 2 and so on. Clear? So first element is 0. If we write 2 to the power 0, then it will be first index, which is not true, but we have to see the first element, 0th element also. Once the interval, you can see here, once the interval is found, means element is greater than array 2 to the power k and less than 2 to the power k plus 1, it means element is between these two, right? When you have found out these two numbers in which element lies, so you can start linear search, right? Suppose you have one element here, another element here. If you know that element is greater than this and lower than this, then you can start linear searching from here. Clear? So linear search will perform some operations and will find out the number if it exists here. It's not certainty that number will be there, but if number is present in the array, it will be between these two indices. Clear? And you have to use complexity of O(n) or big O of n, where n is the number of elements need to be scanned for searching, right? So here you can see we have input format for all these problems and output format. So first line contains number of test cases. For each test case there will be 3 input lines. First line contains n, the number of size of array. Second line contains n separate space separate integer describing the array, and third line contains the key element that need to be searched in the array. So I have already told you, but you can read this statement and ask us in case of any query, right? And output format is t number of lines. If we have 3 test cases, then we have 3 output also. You have to just write present if number is present, otherwise write not present, and then with that you have to write number of comparisons that are required to search the key. So you can see sample input output problem 2 and 3. So for second and third, these two problems, we have this input and output. So basically we have 3 test cases. We have 5 elements in array, and you can see these elements are sorted. We have to find 41, then 8 arrays or 8 elements. We have to find out 69, 10 elements, all are sorted, and we have to find out 7,999. So in first test case, element is present and we have to do 3 number of comparisons. So you can see we are going to find out 41, 1 2 3 4 5. This was linear search, but now we are using binary search, right? So for the binary search, the things will be different. For the second one, you can see not present. What we are finding out? 69. So 69 should be somewhere here if element is present, but element is not present here. So according to binary search, what we have to do, these are 8 elements. We can find out the middle here somewhere, either 45 or 51 depending upon the algorithm, and then we can see on the right side and go like this, right? If it would have been linear search, in case of linear search, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 and 8 comparison would have been performed, but in this case we have only 4 comparisons. After that, in these 10 elements, if it is linear search, we need to perform 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 comparison, but here we have 3 comparisons only, right? So these are sample test cases for the second and third problem. You have to tell me whether this input and output format or these outputs are for binary search or for jump search, right? Because it can't be same for both of them, right? So first you have to tell me whether this is for binary search or for the jump search. So now week 1 is completed. Next week I will discuss these algorithms with you, but you have to program on your own. We'll just discuss the algorithms, and then if you have any query in these questions or designing algorithms, you don't need to design all the algorithms on your own. You can read about these algorithms on the book. The book that we are using for this course is Coreman, which is actually Bible for the DA or computer science. So you can get that book and read algorithms on that, right? So I think I am done with this now. If you have any query or any doubt regarding this, you can just write your queries in the comment section and I will try to respond back as soon as possible. In the description I will also provide the links of my GitHub account and the book that I am referring here. Okay, so see you in the next video. Till then, thank you so much.